The All-Star Game is 1 week from today, and Pittsburgh is preparing for it in many ways. Increased security, cleaner streets, artwork all over the place, and it's part of making Pittsburgh look its best for the international spotlight. And this morning, Dr. Audrey Guskey of Duquesne University is here to talk about how the game impacts our area economically and how it'll be different from the last time we hosted the game in '94.
Good morning,
thanks
Christine.
for being here with us.
Always great to be here. Thank you.
Well, everyone is so excited for the All-Star Game. It really is a big deal for this area. What does it really mean for Pittsburgh?
Well, it really is a big deal, and it's very appropriate to be talking about it today, the 4th of July, the birth of our country and America's favorite pastime, baseball.
Sure.
And to be hosting this game, it's almost like hosting a big party because, like you said, we're cleaning up the city, we're improving our image internally to Pittsburghers, but also nationally. You can't buy this kind of visibility because people, a lot of outsiders coming in, people watching the All-Star Game, look at our area and say, what a fabulous town, what beautiful rivers, what wonderful, kind, friendly people. And as a result, I think it really boosts our image nationally. That is absolutely fabulous for us.
In fact, after this All-Star Game in Detroit last year, they did a survey of non-locals, and 78.4% said they had a, quote, more favorable perception of Detroit after the game. And Detroit is similar to Pittsburgh, a Rust Belt city.
Exactly.
And so we can only get positive images from this, I'm sure, just like Detroit did.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just a one-day event. We've got the Home Run Derby, and we've got the Fan Fest, which is incredible. And so you bring all of these people into the city, and they recognize the beauty of it, and the image tends to improve. This is a real positive thing. And as you said, Pittsburgh needs a shot in the arm. We've had a lot of hard times losing a lot of major companies, and sometimes our image isn't always the best. And as you said, Rust Belt, that's exactly right. So we're trying to beautify the image and suggest we're a high-tech, high education, wonderful health care, beautiful area to move into, to visit, or to live.
So how about economically? Because of course it costs a lot to put on the game. I mean, you've got to do the security and all the things we talked about, improving the city.
Right.
What do we get out of it economically?
Well, typically, economic experts are predicting about $78 million.
Wow,
which
that's
is
a lot of money.
A lot of money.
78
more than
million.
Detroit had, more than Houston had the year before that. And so it's a huge economic impact. That's a positive thing. And you know what, Christine, I probably would guess it's even more than that because there's a lot of peripheral things that don't get added into that. We've got visitors coming into the city, hotel rooms. We've got 14,000 hotel rooms, most of them being booked, restaurants, those types of things, other entertainment venues people are spending money on.
So where is this money generated from? I mean, I know you mentioned those things. Is it sales of, I don't know, trinkets?
You know, it's a combination of a lot of things. It's the sales of souvenir types of things. It's the addition to the tax base. It's the additional revenue that all the vendors and all the retailers get in the Pittsburgh area. But you know, what tends to happen is, though, a lot of people say, well, if you're not spending your money at the All-Star Game, you'd spend it somewhere else. Right.
There have been some studies recently that say they don't really think that there's a benefit economically, that it's just supplanting where they would have spent the money otherwise. What do you think about those studies?
Well, they've looked at the tax basis and found that a lot of times it doesn't increase because if you are spending your money in one place, it's not going into another pocket of the city. And that's true. But I think overall you are adding a tremendous amount of money. With the visitors, they're estimating 50,000 to 60,000 people who wouldn't be in the city. And I think, you know, overall the image, the advertising, the visibility, that absolutely is priceless. And so I think economically we're getting a lot of money coming in, and, you know, nationwide we're getting great recognition. Right,
you wonder if maybe people will come back because of the positive image too.
And you know what's beautiful is this is the 4th of July, and so a lot of people are coming back into the city, Pittsburghers, and spending a long week because they wanted to be there with their family on the 4th of July and then stay for the All-Star festivities.
I didn't think of that, but you're right, it flows right into it.
It's a full weekend long.
So how did Pittsburgh get chosen in the first place?
Well, I would say it's probably PNC Park because it's the jewel on the Allegheny, and it's been voted by ESPN as the best ballpark in the country. And so I think that had a lot to do with it. Typically, the Major Baseball League looks at, you know, the ballparks in the areas, and they found we have a wonderful venue, and I think that was really the ticket that got them here.
Now, we last hosted the All-Star Game in '94 at Three Rivers Stadium. So how is this going to be different from that?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, there's a lot less seats.
Yes.
We had 60,000 plus there. We only have 39,000. So most of us will be watching it, unfortunately, at home.
Yeah, I guess only season ticket holders were offered.
Right, and some maybe fortunate people who were able to get a ticket. Last year, or last time we hosted the games, we unveiled Roberto Clemente statue, and we had the big premiere of the Disney movie Angels in the Outfield.
Oh, sure.
Which was
I
a
remember
fun
that.
thing. And I was there. My daughter and I were fortunate. We were able to get some tickets from a wonderful man. I felt so bad because we couldn't go to the All-Star game, and so I thought we want to be a part of it. My daughter was 9 at the time, so we ventured out figuring, you know, there's 60,000 seats here. We should surely get a ticket. Not one. And we were ready to pay anything, and a nice gentleman literally handed it to us.
Gave you tickets for free?
Here, take. Yes. So that's what Pittsburgh is all about.
You lucked out.
Yeah, we did. And you know, Christine, this year too, people are going to have the buttons. Ask me I'm a Pittsburgher. And so I think just the spirit, even those of us who live here and maybe aren't actively or directly involved in the games, gets that energy and that spirit. And I think that's a win-win for everyone.
Well, and KDKA is a partner in the Fan Fest, which I know is going to be a lot of fun. I've done some stories about that, and we're going to all be out there. And
which
that's
starts
another
Thursday.
Right, and that's another way to celebrate if you can't go. And I think that will also draw a lot of people downtown or to the convention center.
Sure, it definitely will, and that's a real positive thing. It'll be a lot of fun, very interactive.
So Pittsburgh, of course, is such a great sports town. We've got hockey, we've got football in addition to the baseball.
Right.
Does that play into this, how we got the All-Star game and the whole atmosphere?
I think it's part of it. We are a sports team. You know, I remember the 70s when we were the city of champions, and I think that image has really stayed with us. And the beauty of it, Christine, is that we've had the Super Bowl winners with the Steelers this year. And so I think a lot of the national eyes were watching us and thinking, oh, Pittsburghers, yes, Pittsburgh is a sports town. And this just sort of adds to the image. Unfortunately, the Pirates aren't playing up to their potential, but they still have a lot of support, and we really love our sports teams. And I think this is just one more way to show that to the country and the world.
It really caps off a great sports year, like you said, and we really lucked out because they had chosen us for the All-Star game long before we were Super Bowl winners.
Yes, absolutely. So it'll be fun for everyone out there.
All right, great. Well, we'll check back in with you after to see how the economic impact really panned out.
I look forward to that. Thanks, Christine.
Audrey, thank you.